Hello, Cappies. Hello, Capricorn. Bonus video time. Yes. That's right. Keep asking for those bonus videos. I don't mind sharing the downloads that source is sending to me, down to me, inside of me, out around me. I don't mind sharing that with you all. Hopefully you all are having a great week. Don't forget to set your intentions every single day, Capricorns. That whatever intention, that's the power, that breath in you. Source is the breath, the air that you breathe. That is source. So when I say source, I'm talking about the air that you breathe, the source of everything. None of this would matter if you weren't breathing, right? None of this around here would matter. That raise you're asking for wouldn't matter. Friendships, none of that stuff would matter if you weren't breathing, right? So when I talk about source, I'm talking about the source of life for you, that life-giving, that creator, right? So this cycle has really been about humanitarianism and looking in that mirror and seeing that you can create whatever life you want to create for yourself. You're not too old to create whatever life you want. You don't have any limitations. You speak it into existence, put it out in the air, right? Make sure it comes back to you. But wake up and set an intention every single day, Capricorns. Let's get into it. Let's see what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. Let us see. You know I want to know. Let's see what's in the cards. Yes, let's see what's in the cards, Capricorn. Let's go. Woo. Yes, Justice card. Here we have the Hermit card. Here we also have the Three of Pentacles. Here we have the Eight of Swords, the High Priestess, and also the World card. The World card. Here we have the Justice card. Here we also have the Hermit card, right? Here we also have the Three of Pentacles here. Here we also have High Priestess. Here we also have the World card, which is Saturn. You and Aquarius actually share Saturn, which is the World card. All right. So we got a lot of stuff going on here that's drying up your creativity, making you feel a little restricted here, right? When it comes to your money. So first and foremost, Source is trying to give somebody a raise. Remember Source, the air that you breathe. I want you all to remember when we talk about Source, Source is the air that you breathe. Inhale, exhale. That's the Source. That's who you're going to for help. You're going within for help. So I feel like somebody is trying to get you some kind of contract or something. See how this person is writing this contract, which leaves you uncovered, leaves you unprotected. Whether it is a legacy wealth contract, whether it's a contract with your job, where you feel like you have no authority on the job. You just feel like, okay, you have a title, but you can't make any executive decisions for yourself. Source is saying this is where you want to sit down through your journaling and say to Source, I need to be in places where there's an abundance of creativity. So that remember, water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds it, right? So I can't be around a bunch of people who are just talking, put all these dark spells on me about whomever, right? So Source is saying to you, when you're asking for increase, when you're asking to leave a job that's not giving you an opportunity to create, you're not going to your manager. You're going to Source inside of you. You're putting the energy out into the universe. I see myself in a higher level position. I see myself where I have the ability to create where somebody's not going to leave me naked and unprotected. You've been in those jobs where people who have, you have a title, but if you make an executive decision, you do the right thing. You see, okay, I see some kind of injustice is being done in the workplace or in your personal life. Some kind of injustice is being done to somebody, and I don't want to be a part of this. I really just don't want to be a part of it, right? You're going to go to the air that you breathe on the inside, the creator, to help you to create a new reality, if that makes sense, okay? So that's what I see somebody doing. I'm seeing the World card. I see you learning how to create very firm boundaries and enforce those boundaries. A new tradition, new rules, all of that have been set, right, within yourself. I'm no longer going to energies who don't know my worth and my value in the workplace or my home life and asking them for increase, a raise. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm creating my own legacy. Because what people are saying, it keeps coming out in your cards, is that people are almost treating you as if you're lazy, as if things come too easy for you and somebody, possibly somebody else. Everything comes so easy for them. Things just floating. Everything just comes. So they want to use you to disrupt people's peace and harmony, because misery loves company. But what it'll do is dry up. It's drying up your creativity, because you got so much dark magic around you, darkness around you, darkness. It's almost like staying on a job where you know you'll never get a raise, you'll never get an increase, because you've already weighed the pros and cons. Something is bringing out your high priestess energy, right? Dark and light. Source is saying, moving forward, you are going to sit yourself down at home and start saying, okay, I need to put out my list. I need to get together my list before I close out this cycle. And I need to weigh the pros and cons. Do I want to stay on a team where I feel naked and uncovered? Do I want to sign this agreement? Like somebody's putting together some kind of a contractual agreement or something. Do I want to sign an agreement that's going to restrict me and I have no control whatsoever? And I'm under some kind of a dark spell, all because I want more money. I want more money and I want more raise. So I would sign a deal with the devil. If the devil promised me, hey, I'm going to offer you something. I'm going to offer you some kind of inheritance if you sign it over to something, but leave you uncovered and unprotected. Signing your legacy away. Hey, I need you to sign this paperwork. Next thing you know, when it comes time to read the will, guess who's left out naked? You. So it's just trying to put in your mind, trying to help you to see how people are limiting your abundance and your prosperity. Hey, if you just sign on one more year, sign this contract for one more year, you'll be making more money. Yeah, your mind, you may be thinking, I'm going to make some more money. But if you go back and weigh the pros and cons, the dark and lighter situations, you'll start to see not one promise has turned over. It's just been the same old mess, right? So that's why when some people get to the reading of a will, of an inheritance, it's an uproar. People realize, oh, I did all of this and nobody left me anything. Or it's so little. I didn't gave up my whole life for something and I didn't get a thing. Very much like people get all the way to all this service on a job to get a stale bagel and some burnt coffee at a semi-retirement party. Instead of saying, source keep trying to tell you, I can put you in a leadership position and put you in a company where your creativity will actually be celebrated. So if somebody's going to the wrong source, you're going to a resource instead of going to source. A resource, right? Resource instead of source. And you just keep getting a repeat of just dried up creativity. Your creativity is drying up. Because that's not where you're supposed to be. That's not where you're supposed to be, right? You feel restricted in your mind because that's not where you're supposed to be. All right, Six of Swords. Here we also have the King of Wands. Here we have the Emperor card. Here we also have the Temperance card. Here we also have the Chariot card. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 card spread. Another 6 card spread. Here we have the Six of Swords. You'll eventually be moving on from the disappointment because you have a guardian angel that's helping you to do that. You have a guardian angel that's helping you to do that, right? That's helping you to move on from that mindset. I hope you hear me loud and clear, Capricorns. Whenever you want an increase in anything, love life, whenever you want love life, your dreams to start flowing again for somebody. I see some of your comments saying, I haven't had a dream. I don't remember any of my dreams. You're going to source. And what's going to help move that? Water. Just like that same water that'll clean off those wounds. Because it's two energies that somebody's like, I'm just disappointed. I'm just trying to move on from this disappointment. Like this, and they just keep hammering you with negativity all around you. Here we have the Temperance card. So yeah, you have a guardian angel that's helping you to move on because somebody could be at a fork in the road trying to make a decision about some things, right? But Source is trying to put you in a leadership position. Leadership. So now it's time to get structured and more authoritative. not disorganized, stern, and inflexible because somebody got a blowtorch in your back. Source is saying a spell is going to be broken. You're going to learn how to take your power back when you really sit down and start thinking, do I really want to be in a contractual agreement with certain types of energies? Do I want to do an injustice to myself? You can read, you can think for yourself. You got resources out here that'll help you to help if it's a contract that you can help read it for you, all of that. And we have the King of Wands here. So people are praying for you to, come out of a wilderness situation, wilderness way of thinking, survival mode, right? And so you will get to your throne of saying, okay, well, I remember when I was in survival mode, when I was on a job, I couldn't even make no decisions. I just felt like I was just in survival mode. I'm working to get myself out of the red. And no matter how much I work, I can't even have a life. So I'm in survival mode. So I'm always in the red because you don't have the power that source could have given you to make a decision. So somebody needs to come out of this fear. Somebody has to come out of this fear. Yeah, and so Uranus is about to go retrograde. It's going to give somebody the hope that, you can march to the beat of your own drum. I feel like a lot of people are going to feel changed, liberated, and free. September 1st, Uranus goes retrograde. But somebody's going to feel changed, liberated, and free. Because you're at a fork in the road trying to resolve something in your spirit. And that's the imbalance. And so Source is saying to you, the team that you're on could be a dream team or it can be a nightmare team. Somebody better start talking to Source. Start putting some good information out in the universe. Because somebody is starting to I feel like somebody signed away an inheritance. Don't know who I'm talking to, but I feel like somebody signed something. Like somebody will be a part of this. Hey, just sign this paperwork here and signed away something and didn't even realize you were signing away your own inheritance. Yep. So some new seeds are about to be planted. New seeds are about to be planted because I see you moving away from, like, you have an ancestor that's helping you get away from just that feeling restricted, like you're not smart enough. You're not smart enough. You're not worthy enough. This is what life is going to be. I just feel restricted. My creativity is drying up. So the life I thought I was going to create for myself is just every day is drying up because I got all these voices in my ear. I'm around all these vampires. And so Source is saying, yeah. I even saw somebody put a comment on one of my videos, to basically stay put where you are in life. Like as long as you're breathing, Source is saying it's another opportunity for you to create the life that you want. Here we have 8 of Wands. And matter of fact, Source is going to speed it up for somebody. Somebody going to have to increase their faith, for real. Source is going to fast track you based on what you're putting out into the universe. But you got to have faith. And also, stick your head in a book. Listen to positive affirmations. Like, listen, all positivity. Your ears are Source is trying to retrain somebody's ear. Get away from the pessimism and the doubt. You're creating a whole new legacy. You're creating new rules for yourself. You're no longer going to be indecisive about something. That's going to be an indicator for you. If I'm not sure if I should sign this and I'm not really sure, I'm indecisive. It's a no. Because all enemy needs is that little bit of confusion in your mind to say, okay, well, you don't have that much money. You don't really have that much money. I mean, you might as well just join us. You don't really have anything. You might as well stay on this job. That's all the enemy needs. It's just a little bit. So Source is trying to fast track somebody to more money, to a leadership position. And you can't just be leader in title. You're going to have the creativity, the freedom. Those of you all who follow me over on the Patreon side, one of the things that came out in your reading is if they want you to sign over an inheritance, you should be able to have the freedom to take it to another attorney to look at it, to say, hey, what does this mean if I sign this? Is this going to leave me uncovered and unprotected? Anything that's rushing you into something is a no. A marriage, a friendship, something where I've seen a leadership position where we gotta know within 24 hours. Can you put all of that in writing and let me call my legal team and have them take a look at it and see what I would be, so they can explain it to me? Well, no, we can't do that. But then you don't want it. You might as well drive for a transportation service to supplement your income, deliver food, do what you need to do to supplement, because that they telling you straight up, they are not going to give you the power and the authority to create whatever you want to create. You're trying to create legacy wealth. That's what you're trying to create. So something about Uranus being retrograde is going to give people that independence to leave circus stuff behind. Like leave all the distractions behind and get focused. Here we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah. And teach you how to save yourself. Because once you sign it, then that's an agreement. That's a binding agreement. Somebody could have signed something and didn't even realize you was binding yourself to an agreement. And so if you come back and try to challenge it, oh, this person can read, they understood what they were signing, and you find out years later that some yeah. So it's just trying to get you on Emperor energy. You could have been dealing with a dark Emperor energy. It's their way or the highway. Stern and inflexible. Right? Somebody could have Aries somewhere in their birth chart. It doesn't mean it's their sun sign. But Source is trying to help you to get to the light side of Aries energy, which is someone who is authoritative and structured. So if something is structured a particular type of way, it's like you're dealing with a very controlling energy, Aries. Capricorn. And you and Aries are cardinal signs, but so is Cancer is a cardinal sign. So is Libra is also a cardinal sign. So you got all the cardinal signs here. You got Aries, you got Libra, you got Cancer up here, and you're obviously a Capricorn, right? So Source is saying this is where you want to, when you're at a fork in the road and you're trying to figure some things out and people are trying to rush you to do something, that's where you cannot be indecisive. Because whether they trying to get you to join a team of lies and something that could hurt somebody, but ultimately it's going to hurt you. Ultimately it's going to hurt you. I can tell you that right now, to hurt you. So I see you moving on from something. Here we have the Two of Cups. Yep. So 2 and Knight would be Ace. So you got some good news coming across your path. Somebody coming across your path is very compassionate. It could be this video that's showing you some compassion when people are trying to rush you to sign something and they're going to leave you high and dry and leave you naked without a whole lot of room to create what you want to create for yourself. I'm telling you, it's get away from the title. Get away from the, I got this leadership type, but you can't do anything. Get away from that mindset. You're trying to increase your wealth, your legacy wealth. You got a lot of people in leadership positions that don't have any power to make any changes whatsoever. Some of their employees make way more money than they make, and all they had to show for it is a title. If they work overtime, they don't get overtime pay. All they have is a title. Get away from that. Just get away from that. It's not even that deep to have a title. Because somebody that gave you a title and all of a sudden you just think, okay, but you're not making any money. And Source is trying to give you legacy wealth. That's where you're going in. Source, okay. All right, legacy wealth. Get the ego out of the way. I see you celebrating something. Yep, I see you celebrating something, right? Make sure, again, you're on the right team. See you celebrating something. So you and somebody will be building a legacy together. I see you celebrating. You could be made a new and exuberant love. Again, same thing with that. New and exuberant love. Are y'all on the same team, or are you on opposing team where you can't make any decisions in your marriage, in your romantic relationship? You don't make any decisions. It's all they so busy draining you. You were inspired one minute, but now you're just drained, and now you went into zombie-fied mode. You can't even create the life you want to create for yourself because you just signed something away of value. You just gave up on your dreams. So that's how a lot of people's inheritance is stolen, because then you start out with all this creativity. I can write a book. I can do this. I can do that. I can do this. That's another way people steal your inheritance, by making you believe that the life you want to create for yourself, you don't want that to be a part of your legacy. Why would you want that? That's not smart. You need a title and position, but you have no power whatsoever. None. Here we have the Ten of Cups here. So some kind of balance is going to be restored, to you. Um, like I said, you got good news coming across your path. That would be Ace of Cups, some very compassionate energy, But that's where you want to slow down. People who are compassionate give you a chance to think and process your own water, your own intuition. People who are not, they'll give an appearance. They'll try to mirror someone who is really compassionate. But if you take too much time, I need y'all to hear what I'm saying. If you take too much time, especially, that's why Source is saying, weigh the pros and cons. When it took you too much time to think about some stuff, they exploded. They went off. Very immature. Very, very immature. And they don't give you a chance to. Those are the types of ones that people joke about, comedians joke about on social media. If you don't call them back within a certain amount of time, they hovering. Here we had, because they want you to carry a burden on your shoulders. Break your back. Carry a burden on your shoulders. So they're not going to give you a chance to think things through. They want you to carry this burden on your shoulder. Next thing you know, like I said, you can't break I didn't know that was a generational cycle chain and curse I should break. Somebody's having a tower moment. These two tarot cards right here, tower moment. You're dealing with a very dark energy that's trying to rush you into something. You're dealing with it's very unhealthy and it's very wounded energy trying to rush you into something that's going to leave you naked, high, and dry on the back end. I hope y'all hear what I'm saying. That's going to leave you naked and dry on the back end. Because they're motivated by something else. They like to strong arm people instead of giving you the freedom to be strong, to become stronger on your own. Like somebody's gently guiding you because you feel motivated, you feel willful, you feel you have clarity of thought. It's like a person that's forcing, let's say it's like a person who forces you to marry them because you feel like you have financial difficulties. And then only to be married to somebody whose misery loves company. You marrying their family, now you're in survival mode again, right? Or even if you join a team and you see that you sitting there mad now because you got all this. What's the thing they say on jobs? Other duties as a sign. You got other duties as a sign, but you got to look and see your employees are making $20,000-$30,000 more than you make, and they can they can work overtime, but you got the title, right? That's what Source is trying to help somebody to do. Somebody keeps promising you stuff, but your creativity is growing up. That's what is evaporating. Your creativity is evaporating, right? And so somebody is keeping you in survival mode. This is an intention. Misery loves company. They're keeping you in survival mode. You don't even have a chance to even think your thoughts. And survival mode could be like, oh no, they're not inspiring you to move out on your own. They're not inspiring you to create the life that you want. Get in more debt. Stay here. Get in more debt. Buy a car. Buy all the clothes you want, but just stay here, because they like to hover and breathe down people's back. They are watchers. They are familiar spirits that don't want you to create your own legacy. They're making a promise that just like a person who says, a person who gets like a little bit of a raise and then go out and just go buy the latest kind of car, and now you're just chained to that. You're chained because I can't see myself doing anything. You didn't even need another car. Your car was working just fine. It was getting you from A to B, but again, point A to point B. But again, that's familiar spirits. They're becoming even more and more familiar with what your love language is, and will turn around and use it against you. So if you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, you got to go buy this latest car. Y'all should watch the movie The Joneses. I think it came out in 2009. Yeah, you should watch The Joneses. See what else we got. Yeah. So Tower card is happening, and it's going to be in the Tower card, you're divinely protected, just so we're crystal clear. But this them right there, impatient, eyes rolled all up in the air. They mad at everybody because they wanted to keep you in survival mode. That's why you're going to be moving on from some energies. Yeah. 4 baskets. Yeah. Eyes rolled all up in the air because they had a plan. They had a plan. That's why some of y'all dodged major burdens from some of y'all exes, because they had a plan to keep you in survival mode. In other words, keep working until you fall flat on your face. As long as you're working for me, you have no power, no authority. I'm keeping you around bullying types of energies. The same thing happens in people's families. And I'm talking about blood relative family. Somebody need to start looking at some contracts. If the people aren't giving you a chance to think for yourself, you should be. If it's a family inheritance and people ask you to sign something, then that's when it's okay. I need to take this to an attorney. I'm not just signing anything. So source is giving somebody, connects us to Uranus. Somebody's going to be freeing themselves from some situations. I know when people watch my videos, they be like, won't she just shut up? Good luck with that. I'm not shutting up. So yeah, so anyway, because I want y'all to know. Like, I want y'all to know what I'm seeing here in the cards. I am not shutting up. So yeah, somebody is trying to get you to sign over something. So it's almost like, like I said, it's like a stolen inheritance. Like, okay, you're gonna sign this over, and we're gonna sacrifice somebody else. We're gonna sacrifice this is a sacrifice. We're gonna sacrifice somebody else. We'll be free, but we'll sacrifice somebody else. Yeah. And like I said, as long as what you're sacrificing is your creativity, your emotional bond with nurturing spirits. That's what people are trying to do. We want you to sacrifice somebody who encourages you to tap into your own water within. Like, some energies are keeping you dehydrated. We want you to sacrifice somebody that you have an emotional bond with, and you can go free. But again, source is saying to you, that would be like sacrificing your family. Let's say you have a wife or a husband or a partner at home. Take this job just because you're getting 3 cents more, and I'm just a little jokey joke, but just because you're getting a little bit more, but you have no power and no authority. So now you're about to sacrifice your whole marriage because somebody promised you a couple of more pennies. Or you're about to sacrifice a relationship with the most nurturing spirit in your life because you didn't know to go to source. Source, give me an exodus strategy out of this. Somebody for real should be praying and meditating. Source, give me an exodus strategy out of this. If you can put air in my lungs every single day and I woke up today, that's a kind of a miracle that you need. Source, give me an exodus strategy out of this. Let that tower fall on the energies who are trying to put me in a situation, or somebody else in a situation that could hurt my family. Source, give me an exodus strategy out of this. Here we have Son of Coins, right? That's right. Somebody need to look at their birth chart. Look at your birth chart. Find out what your MC is. Find out what you could be doing to make money. Like, I say this almost every reading. I say this almost every read. This is a bonus reading, so take only what resonates with you. But somebody has a gift inside of them. I feel like somebody, maybe astrology, or you read cards, or something you do that you could be making some money. But people are trying to put you in a position. You can be creating cards if you want. That's going to bring money to you. But people are trying to put you in a survival mode situation. And somehow demonize, what kind of legacy you want to create for yourself. Somebody will make the best decision. If you don't, you'll make the best decision. The decision is to go to source, not a resource. Go to source, not a resource, and be patient. The energies, I'm telling you, don't give you a chance to make a decision. And the ones that you see, you weigh the pros and cons of them going off when you didn't have a chance to make a decision. And take as long as you want. Remember, time is relative. Take as long as you want. If that means when you ask a manager or somebody, hey, look, What kind of authority do I get with this? Because I have a lot of great ideas. If you're going to bring me into this leadership position, but what kind of authority do I have? Can we put that in writing? Negotiate. Can we put that in writing? Oh, well, no, that's just how it is. Well, yeah, yeah. Give me some time to think about it. While you're at home applying for other jobs, other places, right? Same thing in your family. Same thing in your family. If you asking me to sign something, I need to make sure I can take this outside of the family and I can let an attorney see it. I can let an attorney see it. Seven of Coins. So some new seeds are being planted in your spirit. Some brand new seeds. These are the seeds that you're watching right here on this video. These are new seeds being planted. I hope somebody wakes up. Some new seeds are being planted. New seeds are being planted. You don't want to go to the wrong team. I'm telling you, it'll be a nightmare. A nightmare because people will leave you high and dry. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. Maybe somebody smokes or maybe you smoke. Somebody into something kind of smoking mirrors. They like to create a bunch of mess. They like to create a bunch of mess, right? They like to create a bunch of friction, right? Yeah, here we have the Six of Coins here, telling you that you're gambling with something, hoping that you are looking for acceptance and approval from them. Like you know, gambling the dice is okay. This is a game. Life ain't a game. You know, such and such and such and such. You wanna, you know, you don't want to gamble your such and such a way. Whatever they saying, right? Basically, your life is not a game. Yeah, but Source is trying to help somebody to see something. Source is trying to help you to see something. Source is trying to help you to see something. You better wake up. You better wake up. So yeah, some seeds are being planted. Seeds are being planted because some energies need you. They need your hard work ethic, Capricorn. They need your hard work ethic. You rolling the dice. That's what they're saying. You rolling the dice. Like you need to make a decision about some things. Well, which direction you going in? If you're looking for their acceptance and approval, you're looking for the wrong acceptance and approval. Source is already giving you gifts and talents that's going to make you a very rich legacy. Free yourself. Son of Knives. Yep. Don't make the wrong decisions. Because somebody's around a bunch of snakes. That's right. Somebody's around a bunch of snakes. That's right. A bunch of poisonous snakes that keep stuff lit. Keep a fire lit up under you. Keep rushing you. You're in survival mode. You're around a bunch of snakes. Poisonous snakes. And that's why people are praying so hard for you. That's why the Tower card came out. Here we have the Ten of Baskets here. Yeah, but Source is trying to put you around a whole nother different group of energies. You're around a bunch of snakes. And so you're going through a rebirth right now. You're going through a rebirth. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we got. Yeah. That's how people find out when the will is read that they weren't left anything. Too busy being threatened, too busy being coerced about, what's promised, what's going to be promised to be left and not left a thing. Somebody need to start looking at go on YouTube. Take your time. Go on YouTube and look up any kind of story about people who have stolen inheritance and look at the different types of stories about. You think this stuff only happens to other people? Somebody better start paying attention. You thinking this is a human race. We're all connected. Everything on this planet is connected. Somebody is around a bunch of snakes. And I'm talking about them things, they just ready to strike. If they haven't already injected you with those fangs, like stung you with those fangs. So, yeah. You're coming through a long and arduous journey. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of growth in just being lost and confused. People rushing you, trying to hurry up and get you to make decisions about some things. People just kind of, like I said, I don't know, somebody was trying to get somebody to smoke something or drink something or something, but something was trying to keep somebody dehydrated is what they were doing. Your creativity just drying up by the moment, just drying up, drying up, drying up. Once you're around this, okay, think of it this way. Okay, so a couple of months back we had a harvest moon. We had a strawberry moon. We had a harvest moon. This was also considered as a harvest moon too. It was a super blue moon, but it's also considered as harvest moon. It was considered sturgeon moon, thunder moon, right? That would be like tower moment. Source is saying to you, when you're around energies where you feel dehydrated, where you feel like you got to drink all the time, or you got to be on medication, you feel like you're going crazy, you don't feel like your dreams have stopped, you can't remember your dreams, daydreams, night dreams, you're not thinking clearly, like because you're having a drought. You're so busy moving around, anxiety, all kinds of stuff going on that you don't even have time to sit down. Like you almost lost your taste for water, for real. Like source is saying that is the wrong environment to be in because it's not helping you. Somebody is no longer motivated. That's what this got this right here. Somebody is no longer motivated to be around those types of energies. Just a bunch of snakes. I need y'all, that's your homework, Capricorn. Go and look up some YouTube videos. Like just start binge watching on YouTube videos about people whose inheritance was stolen by their own family, written off of wills, written out of stuff. How come somebody didn't slow down and take the time to read something? People rushing you. Like even if you work on a job where there's a position available and people don't give you a chance to think about it or go take the paperwork to an outside attorney, somebody who can give you some guidance, like somebody who's a professional that can give you some guidance on some stuff. Source is saying to you, that should be a strong no. It's not when you can go, you know, on your own free time, make your own money. I see you taking a leap of faith, moving forward, getting as far because there's tons of opportunities out there because your third eye is open. You're not carrying that burden on your shoulder. Yeah. 2 situations in particular. You're not carrying the burden on you're not doing an injustice to yourself anymore. 2 situations in particular. Somebody wants you to work like a horse, like a workhorse. And I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm serious when I say that because misery loves company. Misery loves company. When you got a lot of gifts and unique gifts and talents that source put inside of you, but they're trying to get you to sign over something. Sacrifice your gifts and talents. I need somebody to weigh the pros and cons of some things. If you just taking stuff just because I'm so tempted, I really need the money right now. That's how people end up. I'm telling. Before you do anything, go watch some of them videos. Watch some of those videos. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what else we got. Let's get ready to close it out. But yeah, you're having a tower moment. You're having a tower moment. Source needs you to be structured and authoritative. Think about your legacy. Think about your legacy wealth. Who do you want to be a part of your legacy? Take your power back. Break that dark spell on yourself. You're not motivated about being around snakes. You're not motivated by that. Listen to your intuition. Yeah, you are an answered prayer. Yeah, people want to keep you working hard, but you're working hard for other people instead of working hard for source, like being a cheerful giver to source. So somebody's not happy without you. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. That's water, right? But your water is drying up. Like it's like energies. It's like once you're in a zombified state with a knife in your hand. I'm so mad that I signed a contract. You know, I'm about to hurt somebody. So it's just like, because somebody telling you gambling some dice. Like you gambling something like this is a gamble or whatever. Sources say sources already decided you're free. Sources already decided that you're free. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So you are an answered prayer, but don't be the prey. People prayed for somebody to work as hard as you work. But they will also take that, whoever you felt most nurtured around, and try to mirror that and be just like this. Because they don't care. eyes rolled up in the air. As long as they can get you to work like a dog, for real. Like, I can't even say a dog, child. That would be just... But make a list of pros and cons. You are who they prayed for, but they all... So you are who a lot of people pray for. You got to know what sets you apart, Capricorn, because you are who a whole lot of people pray for, but some people will mishandle that and prey on you. You have the gift of premonition. That's forewarning. Pray for them. I see you being booked and busy and not carrying other people's bitterness and their burdens. It's all becoming clearer now. It's all becoming clearer now. You're dealing with a changeling, but one yes from God is all you need. Dream even bigger. The best is yet to come. Take your time to decide. Root chakra cleanse. Yes, something at the root. Something is at the root. It's time to do a root chakra cleanse. I need y'all to start listening to water sound. Calm some of this anxiety down every night. Listen to water. Increase your water intake. Listen to this, because somebody is like really trying to calm down some kind of anxiety about something. Make a list of pros and cons. Say, God, you got me on a whole lot of other stuff. Get me out of this. Give me an exodus strategy out of this. I don't want to be confused to a point where I'm just in a zombified state where people are just like, I'm just bugged out of my mind somewhere. So, because them energies, they're not gonna honor their promise. I can tell you that right now. They're not gonna honor their promise. So, make the best decision for you, because that tower could fall either way. That tower could fall either way. Surrender. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego that's edging God out learns what's hardest: to stop trying to control the whole universe. Surrender to source. The air inside of you, not outside of you. Surrender to source. I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people who are under dark spells, they don't remember what they did until after the fact. They were under a spell. Signing over stuff. They don't remember they had so much going on in their life. They didn't know what they was reading. They trusting everybody around them. They just trust. Oh, my family would never do this to me. And then now look at you. Somewhere like, oh my God, I can't believe my manager. Oh, they gonna look out for me. So it's like, you better take that to an attorney. You better take that will and that trust to an attorney, and not one of theirs. You know, not your family's attorney. We're talking about somebody outside that somebody don't even know. Take it to somebody completely that nobody else is connected to. I need you to look at this and tell me what you see. Just that little bit of money can save somebody a whole lot of heartache on the back end. Elemental wisdom. Elemental wisdom. Yeah, somebody's trying to sell you some kind of a dream of something. They're trying to sell you some kind of a dream. It's better for you to go and ask 10 people if you can borrow some money and get 9 no's and that one yes, because God put it on somebody's heart to say, you know, go ahead and help Capricorn out. They need some help with something. It's better to do that. And hey, get the ego out of the way. The embarrassment, that's a choice. Source will tell you who to put it on somebody's heart if money is an issue for somebody. Here, yeah, you can have something. This what you need. People trying to keep you steady and survive. Oh, I don't need anything. I'm good. But you struggling. Because people, two energies, feel like everything comes so easy for you. They just as toxic as just. Here we have, I am clear on my purpose. There it is. I am here for a reason. I am worthy. I am valuable. I own my truth. I am moving forward in the right direction. I know exactly what I need to do. I take action towards the things that matter. That's right. You going to who for clarity? Source. Clarity. Clear water. You're tapped in. Find out what your moon sign is and start telling people, hey, I need some time to think. I need some time to think. Source, you woke me up today, and that's a miracle. Not please, please, please. I'm begging. I don't know. I'm scared. No. Thank you, Source, that I have an exodus strategy out of here around these familiar spirits. And go sit down and watch some videos. You're going to get your answers. I'm telling you, you're going to get your answers. Start looking at this kind of stuff. They not out. People make content not for just nothing. And then you think it's just, it doesn't happen to everybody's family. Here we have, I deserve success. That's it. You deserve success. Everybody deserves success, but you got to go to source for that. Not resources. Here, rush, hurry and sign this. No, you rush and sign nothing. So it's give me an exodus strategy out of this. That's what I have for you. So, you better sign a contract with source. Got to sign an agreement with source. Like I said, elemental wisdom. Anybody who's trying to rush you to do something, and there's something wrong with that. Somebody need to learn that. Nobody's that desperate for money when you know people who can give you money, not just loan you money, give it to you. Here we have 14. I am practical. You are open-minded and always up to try something new, yet you're wise enough to stop and think before you jump into things. This pragmatic approach helps ensure your time, attention, and efforts are meaningful. 14, 1 and 4 is 5. It's a pivotal point in your lives. That's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. Again, this is a bonus video, but yeah, that's right. Slow down, pay attention. You're not that desperate for money. I mean, you need to ask somebody for something. Ask. Open your mouth. Ask. Like, hey, I got some people around me. I need something. I need help. You rather hear, like I said, you rather hear people say, no, I don't have it right now. So, okay, let me get on the phone for the next person. Ask them. I'm not really sure. I can't really do. Ask the next person until you get what you need. But everybody who said no, look at that way, pros and cons. Whenever you desperately needed something, they said no. It was always something as far as they're concerned, or they played some kind of game because they wanted it their way or the highway. So yeah, I'll let you do this if you're doing it my way, but I can't support whatever other life you're trying to create for yourself. I don't feel comfortable creating a life, helping you to create a life for that doesn't sit well with me, or whatever people are saying. So it's just like you need to pay attention to that. If that manager says, hey, well, I don't know if I feel comfortable, yeah, let me think about it, okay? I'll get back to you. Same thing with family. I don't feel comfortable with so-and-so. I don't feel comfortable showing you the contract. Why don't you just we got some family attorneys to pay. That's how people get caught up. I'm telling y'all need to start watching some of these documentaries for real, and not think that it's because if it's not happening to you, it could happen to your kids. Your kids grow up, they have all this creativity. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And they had their own attorneys there. You got everybody sitting at the table looking at like a puppet. Like, oh, we're just so happy, we're just so thrilled that we got somebody is creating something. They breaking a family curse legacy. And they just signed their whole life away. Wake up. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next reading. Bye.